Islanders, go ahead and drop your anchor. We have a lot to discuss on the show today. Two events recently took place on board cruise ships. They're both events that you probably don't want to see take place on your upcoming cruise. Number one, a flooded cabin and hallway. We'll show video and responses from passengers who were in these cabins. Number two, a fight in the main theater. What happened and what should happen to these passengers who are in this fight? We will share that on the show today. Plus, we're talking about delivery, two different types of delivery. Number one, the Carnival Jubilee and the Shipyard building the Carnival Jubilee is speaking out, sharing the challenges that they've had and they continue to have while building and constructing the ship. There's some risk at play for delivery. We'll talk about that. We're also talking about pizza delivery on board Carnival ships. Pizza delivery across the fleet is back. We're going to share that with you as well. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. A big happy Monday to all you Islanders. We hope that you had a great weekend and your Monday is off to a great start. We are on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together. It's been a busy several days for many of us here on Island Time. We released our interview with Carnival Jubilee's cruise director, Kendall Fire, on Friday. If you have not seen that interview yet, I will post the link to it in the description of this video. I want to remind all of you that we are also going live tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. We will go live. Be sure you join us for the latest in cruise news. We have a lot of discussion and conversations and fun and games. We answer your questions on cruising and traveling and everything YouTube. Be sure that you do that. The easiest way is to make sure you're subscribed and that you've ring that bell to receive notifications. When we go live tonight, you will receive that notification. We're jumping head first into the cruise news for today. There's a lot to share on the show. Two events, as I referenced, have taken place on board cruise ships the last couple of days. Both events you don't want a part of. I know one event for sure, you don't want any piece of it. The other one, some of you Islanders may want to see this happen for the entertainment value. I don't, but we'll talk about that here in just a second. Let's get started first with flooding. Just like hotels, resorts, and other places that we go to, maintenance has to take place on properties. Things happen, things break, and that includes the same premise is true on board cruise ships. Things happen, maintenance has to take place, unexpected things happen, and cruise lines are prepared to take care and to respond to emergencies and accidents on board. I'm going to show you video here. This is from the Carnival Radiance, and a guest who woke up at 2 a.m. to see water falling from the ceiling, a busted pipe, something that we want no part of, but we all know that these things happen. They happen at our homes. They happen at other properties. As I mentioned, they happen on cruise ships too. We don't want it, right? We don't want it. And in just a matter of time, this water, especially in a cabin, can rise certainly to several inches of water. But here's the video on board the Carnival Radiance in the middle of the night. This was just a few days ago. A video on TikTok, you can imagine, has received thousands, one of them even millions of views of people saying, that's why I don't cruise. I don't cruise. Well, those same people need to say, that's why I don't go to hotels, and that's why I don't go to resorts, because the same thing happens. Amber here claimed, she said it's been 4 hours and no one has come to spoke to us, which may be true. That may be true. Maybe no one from Carnival Cruise Line came to spoke to Amber about what was going on. You can see the area affected here was large. There are several people who are taking this comment from Amber as if Carnival Cruise Line didn't respond to this accident in this event for 4 hours, which I can promise you is certainly not the case. Carnival Cruise Line and their team, their response team, responded to this relatively quick. I can guarantee you that. They may not have spoke to every individual cabin that was affected because they're trying to stop the flooding, right? Amber claims, though, no one has spoke to us in 4 hours. The couple claims at one point that there was 1.5 feet of water in their cabin, and that certainly could have been true. That water, of course, it can rise up fast, okay? It can be coming out of the ceiling fast. And when you think about 1.5 feet of water, there's damage, right? To personal items, to clothing that's on the ground, to luggage that's on the ground, things like that. and that could have definitely taken place for their cabin and other cabins. They also claimed that there was people yelling and screaming, running down the hallway with life vests. They share. We thought the boat was going down. That one may be a little bit extreme, okay? Leave the situation a second, go up Toledo, go down to guest services. You see everything else is okay. The boat is not going, the ship is not going to go down, even though you do feel like you're in an emergency. People running around with life jackets, were they being funny? You know, were they getting a ha-ha moment out of this? Or were they serious? If they were serious about it, then someone on Carnival's team should have been able to calm them down, to address them. But hopefully no one thought that the ship was going down because of a busted pipe, okay? Everything is okay. The couple says that Carnival did not help much in this situation. Here's what they say. We spent over 2 days without any clothing except for the clothes that we ran out of our room with. So we were stuck in pajamas for 2 days. I certainly hope that wasn't the case. They didn't try to do anything for us. Again, if your clothes are ruined or if they're wet, I would have hoped that Carnival would have said, hey, let us do your laundry for you. Your clothes are wet. Let us go ahead and wash and dry those. We'll get those back to you so that you have something to wear. I hope that was the case. And Carnival and other cruise lines are usually good in situations like this to try to restore and to make sure everything is the way that it was before this event happened. I don't know. This is what the couple claims. Hopefully Carnival helped out this couple, though, and gave them clothes to wear, offered to do their laundry, and this family wasn't around wearing the same clothes for a couple of days. These things happen. What would be your reaction if something like this happened in the video that you saw? Would it ruin your vacation? What would you ask for? What is fair in this situation? Luggage, of course, got wet. Luggage could have been ruined. And then clothing, of course, would need to be washed and dried. What should Carnival have done in this situation? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. This family said that it ruined their trip. They may not ever cruise again. We hope that's not the case. This does not happen on every sailing. It hardly ever happens. It was unfortunate it happened to you. Hopefully it doesn't happen again for a long time. Let's talk about this second thing that has happened on board a cruise ship here. Second event that you don't want to see, although some of you, like I mentioned, you're going to comment below and you're going to say, you know what, I wouldn't mind seeing that, okay? Personally, I don't want to see it. Passengers on board the Carnival Magic went to the theater for a show. They were excited about the show. They're waiting for showtime. And they got a totally different show as two passengers got into it. They got the brawl. They didn't know they were going to the WWE, AEW, whatever it is, wrestling match as two passengers got into it. And the report is, local reporting, there in Virginia, sharing that one of the passengers used a glass on the other passenger. We're not sure, but this local news station shares that used the glass that you and I would drink out of, a bar glass, as a weapon, as a stabbing mechanism. We do know that one passenger needed medical care, that Carnival's team did give medical care to that patient, and that patient is okay. We don't know their injuries specifically, but we also know that the Magic returned to Norfolk just a couple of days ago over the weekend, and the suspect was taken in custody. The suspect was questioned as FBI agents and local law enforcement conducted an investigation on the ship. We certainly don't know if charges are going to result from this. The suspect, after this incident, was confined to their room. Think about them being in their room, security being outside their door. They cannot leave because they clearly pose a threat to others. Again, it's a suspect. We're going to see what's going on here. The FBI and local police came on board, and Carnival has shared this. Carnival security and medical officials fully cooperated with law enforcement should the guest decide to press charges. We have zero tolerance for this kind of behavior, and the assaultant guest has permanently been banned from sailing on Carnival in the future, but this is now a matter for law enforcement. We'll see what happens here. Should behavior at sea like this, especially physical behavior that has resulted in injuries, should, of course, it be taken serious as this, that guest removed, banned. And what would you do in a situation like this if you saw something like this take place on board? Many of you, you're probably breaking out the camera. You're probably recording. I haven't seen any videos from this. There may be some out there, but let us know your thoughts in the comment section below as we move on here to all but jubilant times. This is a rare inside look that the Meyer Werft Shipyard has shared with us as they've gone through the process, construction and building process for the Carnival Jubilee. They have opened up about some of the struggles and challenges that they have faced and still face regarding the Carnival Jubilee. Of course, we're set to sail on her December the 23rd from Galveston, Texas. We're excited about that, but it's clear that there is still a lot of work to do before the ship is ready to even leave the shipyard, much less head to North America and sail. This is not the norm that we see from shipyards. They don't post updates like this from time to time, sharing some of their challenges. But CEO Bernard Meyer shared his thoughts recently in a newsletter with employees and sharing some of the things that they have faced. Meyer admitted that there's still there's still a lot that needs to be done in the construction process before the shipyard can deliver the ship to Carnival Corporation and Carnival Cruise Line in December of 2023. He shared that sea trials aren't going to start until November. Of course, we're almost to November now, but that is close timing. He also shared the challenges that the shipyard has faced when it has come to delays because of supply chain issues, delays in getting things in. He says that teams are working nights and weekends as things come in for the ship to make sure that the ship is ready. He also shared this: meeting this deadline to deliver the Carnival Jubilee is critical to the Carnival Cruise Line and to the shipyard itself. It is the most important delivery of my life. Those are some powerful words there from Bernard Meyer, CEO. Most important delivery of my life. There is money, of course, riding on this agreement. The shipyard has said we'll deliver the Jubilee by a certain date. And there's a trust issue for the shipyard. When they get orders, can you build ships in a timely manner like you're supposed to? There's a lot of money in play here. He shared the reality that the project was delayed once before, of course, canceling the transatlantic voyage, canceling a handful of inaugural voyages there in November. He said, yeah, we've already been delayed once. Hopefully we're not delayed again. The project manager even weighed in and echoed much of the same. There's still a lot of work to be done. He referenced how much there was to do. He thanks his team for working hard, and he says, we will get it done. They're still having supply chain issues, but they are trying to get it done. Of course, there's other issues post-COVID and the issues that we had from that. There's wars, of course, Ukraine and Russia, and all kinds of things going on that is causing challenges here. But it's interesting to see the thoughts and the commitment that the shipyard has. They're doing everything they can for the ship to be ready by December the 23rd, the inaugural sailing. It also makes sense that there is no transatlantic. So many of you have inquired to us, please book us on the transatlantic. There is not one. And that's because this timetable is so close. Crew members may be working on putting some of the finishing touches to things and maybe unwrapping the plastic of the chairs and things like that as the ship heads over to North America. We'll keep you updated on all things Jubilee, especially as we cruise on her in December. Let's talk about a more positive delivery here, a delivery that all of us can get behind, right? Pick up a slice. We're talking about pizza. Carnival Cruise Line introduced this concept months and months ago, and then it disappeared from many ships. Now it is back. The availability and the opportunity for all of us to be anywhere on a Carnival ship, and what the urge for the Carnival pizza. Some of you don't like it. Some of you, it hits the spot, especially if you've drank a beverage or two. If it's late at night, the pizza just hits the spot. Carnival sharing that delivery of their free pizza is now back. There is a $5 delivery charge, which is not bad at all. That's $5 per pizza, but Carnival says we will deliver it to you. So think about this. You're at the sports bar playing or watching your favorite game. The sports bar is packed. You don't want to get up and get something to eat. You're hungry. Instead, of course, food can be delivered to you. Now pizza is one of those options. Same thing, you're at Alchemy Bar. You're sitting there. You don't want to leave, right? You're having a great time. You got your perfect seat. You don't want to leave. Pizza can be delivered to you. You're at the comedy club. Before comedy starts, you want a pizza, it's delivered to you. You're enjoying the sun on Lido Deck. You don't want to give up that lounger. You don't want to get up. Pizza can be delivered to you. You order via the app. You share what pizza you want. You select where you're at. You can even take a selfie if you want to. And the pizza is free, a $5 delivery charge per pizza, but pizza delivery is back. We love this service. We have used it so many times, especially when we cruise in March. March Madness is on, and we don't want to leave. We can't leave. If I left to get something to eat, someone's getting my spot. Therefore, I use this $5 service. We enjoy it. Let me ask you this, Islanders. Should there be any restrictions on where these pizzas can be delivered? I'll be honest with you. We've got into the comedy club. It was one time 45 minutes before the show started. Usually the norm is 30 minutes before the show starts. We were there 45 minutes early. We wanted something to eat. We did the pizza delivery. And whenever they came in there and delivered the pizza, and you looked around at people, I couldn't tell if these people were looking around like, what are they doing? That doesn't belong here. If you want to eat, you go somewhere else. Or were they looking at us because they were like, that's a good idea. Those people are hungry. They ordered pizza. What a great idea. We haven't thought about that. Hopefully they weren't upset with us. Is there anywhere or any venue, any forum on the ship where maybe you should not be able to order a pizza? The main lounge maybe, the lobby bar, can you order a pizza there? Serenity, could the pizza delivery man bother others who are trying to relax? Or should it be free game? If you're hungry, pay the $5, you get your pizza. Let us know in the comments section below. That is the cruise news for today. I told you there was a lot going on. We've shared it all with you. We can't wait to get your thoughts. News is news. Opinions and thoughts belong to each of us. I've shared mine throughout this video. You share yours to this community. We would love to hear from you in the comment section below. We'll see many of you tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, as we go live, and we can't wait to see you then. We'll see you also tomorrow right here on Island Time.